कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So I welcome all the devotees for this discussion on the positive attitude as demonstrated through the pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam, and specifically we are going to be discussing about the positive attitude of Vasudev ji in his reciprocation with Nanda Maharaj, and then how the Brajavasis are always extremely positive in their reciprocation with Krishna in spite of all obstacles. Nandastu atmaja utpanne jatalado mahamana aruhya vipran vedagyan snata shuchi alinkrata. So Krishna was born in the jailhouse of Kamsa, and then Vasudev ji was instructed by Krishna to pick him up and take across river Yamuna. And Vasudev ji did not doubt Krishna's intention and instructions. With great faith he picked up Krishna, and the moment he picked up Krishna in his hand, all of the various shackles broke, the jail opened, and Vasudev ji crossed the Yamuna and he reached Nanda Gokul. And there in Gokul, he placed Krishna right next to Yashoda Mai and brought Yogamaya back. The next morning, Nanda Maharaj, along with all the Brajavasis, they celebrate the appearance of Krishna, and that is known as the Nandotsava. And so that description is there in the 10th canto. Nandastu Atmaja Utpanne. Although the austerities were performed by Vasudeva, the pleasure of reciprocating with Krishna in the form of a wonderful festival of his birth and appearance was held by Nanda Maharaj. So we see that Krishna consciousness is not a business-like transaction where we invest something and things happen as per our expectation. No. Things will happen as per Krishna's desire, plan and will. And therefore Vasudeva is not expressing any regret, is not expressing any negativity, he is not feeling any kind of antipathy towards the divine will of the Lord. He is simply performing his duties towards protecting Krishna and serving Krishna in the best possible capacity. And therefore when Nanda Maharaj recognizes that here is a son who is born, Aruhya Vipran Vedagyan Snatah Shuchi Alankritaha. So Nanda Maharaj immediately called for all the various Brahmanas to come, chant the proper auspicious mantras, performed the Abhisheka ceremony for Krishna, and then he gave a lot of charity and donation to the various Brahmanas. And Nanda Maharaj facilitated a very festive mood in the entire Gokul in reciprocation with Krishna's appearance. Gopaha parasparam hrishtaha dadi kshira gritambubhi asinchanto vilimpanto navanitascha chikshipuhu. So the Gopas, in great ecstasy and bliss, they were throwing upon each other various milk products. Dadhi, which is yogurt, kshiraha, condensed milk, grita, it was ghee, which is mixed with ambubi, some water. Asinchanto vilimpanto, and they were throwing these products on each other and they were smearing each other's faces with navanitas chachikshipu, along with also pure butter mixed with certain colors. And in this way, the celebration was going on. Nanda Maharaj was experiencing the greatest of bliss. But at that point of time, Nanda Maharaj, who is experiencing nothing but bliss, who is Nanda personified, Ananda personified, and who is directly in connection with Krishna, the supreme bliss personified. And when we are experiencing bliss and joy, we do not want this joy and bliss to stop at all. When we are experiencing difficulty and distress, then we are counting the days and moments when this distressful situation will be over. But great personalities like Nanda Maharaj are neither attached to their personal joy nor they are averse to their personal pain. They are only concerned with how to give joy and pleasure to Krishna. And therefore, although the ecstasy of the Nandotsav is going on, increasing, enhancing every moment, and that bliss is of such a quality which nobody in this material world can even fathom. But Nanda Maharaj, being devoted to Krishna, is more worried and concerned and has anxiety about Krishna's welfare than measuring his own bliss. And therefore, Gopan Gokula Rakshayam Nirupya Mathuram Gatah Nandah Kamsasya Varshikyam Karam Datum Kurudvaha. At this point, it is described that Nanda Maharaj decides Gopan Gokula Rakshayam in order to protect Gokul Dham. Nirupya Mathuram Gatah decides to go to Mathura. He decides to cut short the river of bliss in which he is swimming, and therefore he goes to Mathura for what? Nandah Kamsasya Varshikyam, in order to deliver the annual taxes to Kamsa. Karam Datum Kurudvaha. Because Nanda Maharaj is more worried that if we do not pay the taxes on time, the king may send his men, the army may come, the ministers may come, others may come, and they may try to disturb the situation which we have created for Krishna. And therefore, for the sake of protecting Krishna, I would rather experience the inconvenience of going all the way to Mathura. I will experience a break in my incessant bliss which I am experiencing in celebrating this Nandotsava. And therefore he goes to Mathura. And so Vasudeva Upashrutya Bhrataram Nandamagatam Gyatva Dattakaram Ragye Yayautat Avamochanam. Here Vasudevji hears that in Mathura Nanda Maharaj has arrived. And therefore Bhrataram Nandamagatam, because just the previous night Vasudeva has gone and kept Krishna there, and now immediately the next day he hears that Nanda Maharaj has come to Mathura, and therefore Gyatva Dattakaram Ragye, and he also understands that Nanda Maharaj has come to give the taxes to the king. Yayautad Avamochanam. And in this way, he actually goes to the residential quarters of Nanda Maharaj, where he is staying in Mathura. So Vasudeva is in great anxiety. What is his anxiety? His anxiety is not that why did I have to perform all the austerities, and how is that Nanda Maharaj, without having performed any austerities, is enjoying the bliss of having Krishna's childhood pastimes displayed in front of him. No. Vasudev's anxiety was nothing to do with his personal pleasure or pain. His anxiety was nothing to do with comparing himself. Everything okay? Comparing himself with Nanda Maharaj. And therefore, when a person is absorbed in his service to Krishna, when he is absorbed in his individual relationship to Krishna, that absorption in Krishna consciousness has an overwhelming experience, and the person is not really worried about anyone else or anything else, because that absorption in serving and pleasing Krishna gives the greatest joy. Just like if you are engaged and absorbed in eating a feast, so as long as your plate is full and you are absorbed in eating a feast, even if 1,000 other people are eating a feast, it doesn't bother you so much, because you are fully satisfied. Therefore, the various negative thoughts which come in the mind, which force us to compare with others, to complain about others, to criticize others, all of these cancers of the mind arise in a mind which is not sufficiently absorbed in thinking about how to serve and please Krishna. Because a mind which is totally absorbed in pleasing Krishna will never accommodate such negativity. And therefore, the beginning of the journey of experiencing positivity in Krishna consciousness happens with total, dedicated, determined absorption of the mind, moment to moment, on how we can serve and please Krishna. And so Vasudeva is simply concerned in his mind, Krishna must be happy, Krishna must be protected, Krishna must have a long life. For that to happen, it does not really matter whether Krishna remains with me or with Nanda Maharaj, as long as Krishna is nourished. Just like if your children, they come of college age, and then if they are getting an admission in MIT or Harvard or some of the top schools anywhere in America or any part of the world, so although you may experience separation from them for some time, or then later when they start doing a job and they are doing a very, very excellent job in a very stable situation, but they are away from you, then you somehow make that sacrifice because you know it is best for them. This kind of education, this kind of exposure, this kind of experience, they will not get if they are with me here in this situation. Like that, Vasudeva is totally absorbed in thoughts of how Krishna can prosper. And therefore, Vasudeva has only one thought. What should I do to assist Nanda Maharaj so that he can protect and take care of Krishna and Krishna is nourished? And that is the meaning of being a servant of the servant. Nanda Maharaj, when he sees that Vasudeva has entered all of a sudden without any intimation, Nanda Maharaj in great bliss, he gets up and he runs and rushes to embrace Vasudeva ji. Tam drishtva sahasothaya deham pranam ivagatam pritah priyatamam dorbhyam saswaje prema vihvala. So it is described. Tam drishtva, seeing Vasudeva ji, sahasa utthaya, Nanda Maharaj suddenly gets up Deham pranam ivagata. He gets up as if a body which has lost its life suddenly regains its life. And Preta Priyatamam Dorbhyam, he just embraces his dearmost friend Nanda Maharaj, Saswaje Prema Vihvala, and he is completely inundated with love and ecstasy. Prema Vihvala, he is experiencing that prema, overwhelmed with love and affection. And therefore, we can see in Krishna consciousness there is no place for any envy, for any comparison, any competition. The Krishna conscious experience, when it inundates the heart, simply overwhelms us with feelings of gratitude and mutual affection and love. Pojita sukhamasena prishtva anamayamadrataha prasaktadhihi swatmajayoho idam aha vishampate. At that time, Nanda Maharaj makes Vasudevji sit Pujitam Sukhamasena and worships him respectfully, places him comfortably on an asana. Prishtva Anamayamadrata, and asks Nanda Maharaj, he asks Vasudev various questions about his welfare. Vasudevji also reciprocates by asking about Nanda Maharaj's welfare. And in the Vedic tradition, this is the basics in hospitality, where one welcomes the guest, gives them and offers them a seat, and inquires about their welfare. And these are important reciprocations to melt the heart, to open up the mind, and begin the channel for a communication which ultimately results in connection of the heart. Prasaktadhihi swatmajayoho. And at this time, Vasudevji, who has sat down very peacefully, but his mind is in great anxiety. Vasudevji's mind is constantly throbbing only with one thought. How is my son, who is left from Mathura and now with Nanda? Prasaktadhihi, his intelligence is completely absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Absorption really means when we start utilizing our intelligence on trying to serve and please Krishna. Till our intelligence is not utilized, we cannot become fully absorbed. And therefore, when we start planning, when we start utilizing our skills on trying to serve and please Krishna and further the Krishna consciousness movement, then gradually our absorption enhances. And so prasaktadhihi, he is extremely attached to whom? Swa atmajayoho, to his own son. So this particular word is used many times in this section repeatedly, that atmajayoho, atmajayoho, atmaja, which refers to one's progeny. It does not refer to any particular gender, male or female. And we will see there is a reason for this. And so, idam ah vishampate. In this way, Vasudevji starts speaking to Nanda Maharaj first. And what does he say? Dishtya bhrata pravayasah idanim aprajasyate prajashaya nivrittasya prajatat samapadyata. We see a beautiful example of positivity and friendship. Vasudev is the one who has lost 6 sons. Vasudev is the one who has lost the opportunity to serve Krishna after he is born in his childhood pastimes. Vasudeva is the one who has gone through excruciating pain. The loss of a son is considered to be one of the greatest pain for a human being in society. What to speak of someone who has lost 6 sons? How Vasudevji must be feeling excruciating pain in his heart. And when we are overwhelmed with pain, when our heart is throbbing with pain, when our heart is overflowing with pain, whatever is the most overwhelming thought or thoughts within the mind do not take time to find their place in the tongue. And then, when one opens the mouth and that sound vibration is heard by others, then based on hearing those sound vibrations, they can get an estimate of what must be going on in that person's mind. Therefore, in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that krodha parushyam evacha, that when a person is experiencing some thoughts in the mind, then that results in krodha, it results in anger. That anger in the heart is reflected in the form of parushyam, in the form of harsh speech. So therefore, dambho, darpo, abhimanascha, krodha, parushyam evacha. So what affects us and what hits us is parushyam, the harsh speech, the sharp criticism, the thoughtless provocation. And when we are hit by that parushyam, sharp speech, and by those very heavy words, what we should analyze is that person may say, I just chastised you causelessly. Otherwise, my heart is pure. Many people may say like this. But the Gita is debunking such kind of theories. And the Gita is telling us that just like a person externally looks perfectly healthy, and he may even claim I am healthy, but when the doctor puts that person through a proper scan, a blood test, a CT scan, or other kinds of scans which the doctors do, then the reports reveal what is actually the internal state of the health. Just by seeing the externals, we cannot understand what is going on within the body. But the test reports of the medical test, when seen by that expert doctor, reveals the actual state of the health. So, when a person is actually experiencing different anarthas within his heart, what are the anarthas? Dambho. Dambha is a sense of false ego, that I am great. Darpa, that reflects in the form of feeling that I am better than others, I am superior to others. Abhimanascha, and then that person wants to actually establish his superiority through his actions. And then when he is unable to do that, and when someone else supersedes that person, krodha, the person becomes angry. And when that anger expands and grows further, parushyam, that anger finally finds its way to the tongue. And then sharp words come out. Therefore, we should always remember that before the sharp words come out of the tongue, 4 other stages are embedded within. What we see in the form of sharp speech is only the tip of the iceberg, but the major iceberg is within, which we cannot see. and that is Dambha, Darpa, Abhimana, and Krodha. Therefore, we should always remember that till we sort out our internal ecosystem within our heart and remove our anarthas and purify our anarthas, we can never experience peace. And so, here is an example of somebody who has completely conquered and is free from all kinds of anarthas, who does not have any dambha, darpa, abhimana, krodha. And this person is simply having 100% thoughts about how to serve and please Krishna. In such a purified state of mind, what is his uppermost consciousness? He says, Dishtya bhrata pravayasa. Such a person is not concerned about his own disaster, distress, and pain. He is focused on others. And therefore, the first effect of love, of experiencing love, is one becomes totally selfless in one's attitude, outlook, and reciprocation. So Vasudeva is not keeping account of all the pains and distresses and the loss of sons which he had to go through. He is simply concerned and totally focused on how Nanda Maharaj is doing. And therefore, his first questions reflect his selflessness. Dishtya bhrata pravayasa. Vasudeva begins by saying, "O my dear brother, by the will of destiny, you had become quite elderly. Pravayasa idanim aprajasyate. And although you had become elderly, still you were without any sons so far. But prajashaya nivrittasya. And in fact, you had also given up any hope that in an advanced age I will actually become a father. Idanim aprajasyate prajashaya prajattas prajashaya pravrittasya prajashaya nivrittasya prajatad samapadyata. Now, at last, a praja or a progeny has manifested for you. And therefore, you are so fortunate. And I am so happy for you. And this is the result of a positive, proactive, perfectly purified consciousness of a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness, who feels joy in experiencing and celebrating the joy of others. And in this way, Vasudeva is accomplishing two tasks. One, he is joining in the celebration of Nanda Maharaj's joy of having Krishna as the son. And number two, Vasudeva is also trying to check out very, very delicately whether Nanda Maharaj is aware that Krishna was actually brought by Vasudeva from Mathura to Gokul. Is he indicating that he is aware of the switch which happened at night? And therefore, now you have become very fortunate. Prajatat samapadyata. So if you reflect in this particular verse, there is one word which has been used 3 times. What is that? Dishtya bhrata pravayasa. Dishtya bhrata pravayasa idanim aprajasyate. Prajashaya. Prajatat samapadyata. So the word praja is being used once, twice, and thrice. What is the meaning of praja? Ja means to be born. Pra means who's perfectly born, or one who is actually representing us in the next generation is praja. And therefore, the question arises why Vasudeva is using this word praja 3 times and not saying idanim aputrasyate. Prajashaya putrashaya nivrittasya prajatat samapadyata putram tat samapadyata. Why is he not using the word putra? Why is he using the word praja, which is a very generic word? Progeny, progeny, progeny. When we meet somebody, we don't usually wish them congratulations for having a progeny. That sounds pretty strange and impersonal. We say, we congratulate you for having a son, for having a daughter. So now Vasudevji should have ideally said to Nanda Maharaj, you were without a son for so long, now you have a son. Congratulations. But he's saying, no, you were without progeny. The reason is very important. When dealing with one's intimate devotee associates who are practicing Krishna consciousness, we have to actually be very, very careful about how we reciprocate with them through words. When we are dealing with devotees, every practicing devotee is representing Krishna. And therefore, anybody who represents Krishna has to be honored and respected. And that honor and respect is given in terms of how we reciprocate with them while relating with them, and what kind of words we use while speaking to them. So, if Vasudevji had used the word putra, what would have been the problem? Vasudevji knows that a putra was born to Devaki in Mathura, and he has exchanged a daughter with a son because Yashoda Mai gave birth to a daughter. So if he had said to Nanda Maharaj, you were without a son, now you are so fortunate you got a son, knowing fully well what is the truth, if Vasudeva had spoken to Nanda Maharaj, who is a Vaishnava, that, oh, you are so fortunate you got a son, that would have counted as an untruth, a lie. It would have counted as cheating another devotee. And therefore, the fundamental foundation for friendship in Krishna consciousness is transparency, openness, integrity, honesty, to have the proper foundation on which the relationship can be established. And therefore here we find that when Vasudeva dealt with Kamsa, Vasudeva sometimes used words which were diplomatic. And in one place he even smiles, although inside he is very much distressed. So Vasudeva indulged in diplomatic behavior with Kamsa. Why? Because Kamsa was a demon who was trying to kill his devotee wife, Devaki. So in order to protect a devotee, Vasudeva, he managed to speak some half-truth. But when dealing with Nanda Maharaj, who is another devotee, he is extra careful and making sure that every word is carefully measured and spoken. And this is a very important principle, that whatever kind of culture we develop in our daily life, whether it is with the outside world or with devotee association, it will become part of our habits and part of our system. And therefore, as much as possible, we should try to be simple and straightforward in our dealings. And even in our dealings with people who are not Krishna conscious, not devotees, who are actually leading regular lives. Prabhupada said the devotees must be perfect ladies and gentlemen, and they must demonstrate honesty and truthfulness in all their dealings. Why? Because if you start having one kind of dealings in one circle, then those sanskaras or those habits will percolate into your dealings and habits in another circle. We cannot compartmentalize our daily activities and habits, it's not possible. And therefore, we have to be very straightforward and honest in all our dealings, so that when we are dealing with the devotees, especially, we can be extremely simple and straightforward. And so Vasudevji here, although using the word praja is not subjected to any kind of falsehood speaking, because praja means progeny, and therefore by speaking praja, he is actually reflecting the truth, at the same time not allowing Nanda Maharaj, not cheating Nanda Maharaj by saying putra, and not confusing Nanda Maharaj by saying putri, and thus making Nanda Maharaj suspicious. Because if Vasudeva had said, "How's your daughter? We heard you are so fortunate, after so many years you got a daughter." So Nanda Maharaj would have immediately got alarmed and got suspicious. "But I got a son. What daughter is he speaking about?" And then he would have started a whole series of inquiries. And therefore, Vasudev's greatest challenge was Krishna should be protected, Krishna should be nourished, Krishna should be saved, Krishna should be with Nanda Maharaj. At the same time, I should not speak a lie to Nanda Maharaj. I should speak only the truth to Nanda Maharaj. He balanced this. And therefore, one of the greatest symptoms of a mature devotee is that devotee's ability to harmonize various apparent contradictory situations, apparent contradictions which manifest in course of our life, to be caught in the midst of a dharma sankat, but then be able to harmonize all the sankat by the grace of the paro dharma, yatho bhaktir adhokshaje, by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, that one word which symptomizes an advancing mature devotee is harmony. And Vasudeva is demonstrating such harmony in his dealings with Nanda Maharaj by saying praja, praja, praja. But at the same time, his heart is filled with love for Krishna and anxiety for Krishna. And then he says, Dishtya samsara chakresmin vartamano punarbhavah upalabdho bhavan adya durlabham priyadarshanam. He says, Dishtya samsara chakresmin. It is by good fortune I am seeing you. Durlabham priyadarshanam. My dear friend and brother, to meet with intimate friends and dear relatives in this material world is very difficult. Vartamana punarbhava. Your darshan, oh my dear friend, is making me feel as if I have taken birth again. Upalabdho bhavan adya. And now that I have attained you, right? Durlabham priyadarshanam. So Vasudeva is kind of indirectly mentioning that for many years I had been imprisoned by Kamsa. And there was no way we could have met, because I could not leave the jailhouse of Kamsa and you would not be allowed to come and meet me in the jailhouse of Kamsa. And therefore, it is only by the grace of destiny that we meet different people, have different interactions, and then ultimately we have to be separated from such people in due course of time. And therefore, let us not take anybody's association for granted, because dishtya, It is only by great fortune that such meeting with people whom we like and then separation also from them happens. We have very limited control over such events. And so he says in the next verse that if Nanda Maharaj asks, no, actually, now that you are released, O Vasudev, why don't you come with us and you also stay in Gokul? I got a nice boy, and you can also stay along with Devaki and spend some time with us, and then you can go back. Or Vasudeva may tell Nanda Maharaj, why don't you and your wife come to Mathura and stay here? So contemplating like that and knowing that that is not possible and that will not be safe for Krishna. Although for Vasudeva to go along with Devaki and stay regularly, periodically with Nanda Maharaj would give the greatest ecstasy and joy to him personally. But that would not be safe for Krishna because it would arouse further the suspicion of Kamsa, and Kamsa would scout for Krishna and ultimately try to kill him. And therefore he says, Naikatra priya samvasa suhridam chitra karmana oghena vyuhamananam plavanam srota soyatha. He says, actually, my dear brother Nanda Maharaj, the nature of meeting and separation in this world is very unpredictable. Na ekatra priya samvasa suhridam chitra karmanam. Why is it that with people whom we love very much, we are unable to spend time together as much? Chitra karmanam. It is thanks to the most unpredictable karmas which all of us have. We may love our husband, our wife, our father, our mother, our brothers, our sisters, our husband, our wives, our children, our sons and our daughters. But Suhridam, Chitra Karmanam, each one of us is carrying a unique, wonderful karma. And that karma has created a certain journey, and the destination as per each individual karmic GPS is going to be different. And therefore, Naikatra Priya Samvasa Suhridam Chitra Karmanam Oghena Vyuhamananam Plavanam Srota Soyata. And we find that this happens all the time. Just like sticks flow in a river and the sticks stay together for some time and then those sticks are separated by the influence of the time factor. Like that, we stay with each other for some time, spend some time and then are separated. Just like during this, in March, one devotee had to come from another country to get engaged. And this was supposed to be like in the March middle. So he got engaged. And then he was going to go back by the end of March. But then the lockdown happened. So he got engaged, but he could not go back to his country. And for the last 2 months, his company people have been telling him to come back and try his level best to come back. And now they have given notice, if you don't come back by June 10th, then we will disengage you from your job. So someone gets engaged, someone gets disengaged, and how all of these ultimately manifest is only by the power of the Lord's time factor. And so he says, Oghena vyuhamananam plavanam srota soyatha. So therefore, we are intimately related with friends and family members, but we are unable to stay together because of our past deeds and the waves of time. The karma and the kala nadi it rushes and gushes so fast, so ferociously, that the Kala Karma Pravaha will not allow us to remain in one situation, in one position for a long time. And then immediately Vasudevji is not only just inquiring about Nanda Maharaj, he says, Kachit Pashavyam Nirujam Bhuri Ambu Trinavirudham Brihatvanam Tad Adhuna Yatra Setvam Suhrit Vrataha. In advanced societies, people are extremely concerned about the welfare of cows. And so Vasudevji is very concerned about cows. And he's saying, Kachit Pashavyam Virujam Kachit Pashavyam Nirujam. How are the cows doing? How are the animals doing? And Bhuri Ambu Trinavirudham. Is there sufficient grass for them? Are the forests giving shade to them? Are they having sufficient water to drink? So Vasudeva is in Mathura. He is in a royal family, but he is very much concerned about the protection of the cows, Goraksha. And this is a symptom of civilized society. And therefore, he says, what about my son Baladev? Because even Baladev is Vasudeva's son. He is with Rohini. Bhratar mama sutta kaschit matra sa bhavat praje tatam bhavantam manvano bhavadbhyam upalalita. So Vasudeva has this son whose name is Balaram, and he's saying, my son Baladev, being raised by you, O Nanda Maharaj, and your wife Yashoda Devi, considers you his father and mother. And is he living there peacefully along with his mother Rohini? So Baladev grew up with Rohini, and Rohini did not have the good fortune of having Vasudeva along with him there, but she was under the care of all the Brajavasis, especially Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. And therefore, he is saying, being raised by you and your wife, he considers you to be his father and mother. Is he living peacefully? And in this way, he explains, Pumsastrivargo vihita suhrdo hi anubhavita nateshu klishyamaneshu trivargo arthaya kalpate. He says, when one's friends and relatives are properly situated, one's dharma, artha, kama and moksha, one's dharma, artha and kama become beneficial. But if one's friends and relatives are in distress, then these three cannot offer any happiness. So in this way, Vasudeva is regretfully informing Nanda Maharaj that, yes, what to do? I have a wife, Rohini, I have a son, Baladev, but I am unable to maintain them and therefore unhappy. So he is saying about his unhappiness at the very end, after expressing joy about Nanda Maharaj's getting Krishna as a son, expressing joy about how Nanda Maharaj was so fortunate to get a son in such an advanced age, then expressing concern about the cows, and then by expressing that how he was very, very happy to hear about all of these wonderful things happening with Nanda Maharaj's life. And then in the very end, just making this point that yes, I must confess that I am not in a very happy situation because I am separated from my wife and from my son and under the bondage of Kamsa. So therefore, through his words, Vasudeva is revealing his mind's purity in his ability to recognize the greatness of Nanda Maharaj. Shri Nanda Uvacha Aho he Devaki Putraha Kamsena Bahavo Hata Eka Vishishta Varaja Kanya Sapi Divangata. So Nanda Maharaj, as a true friend, is also replying, not by saying, yes, I am feeling so blissful, what an ecstatic festival we enjoyed, Nandotsav has just got over, oh, amazing, I brought some Mahaprasad from there, you should have a feast. No. Nanda Maharaj is not in a mood to celebrate his own bliss and joy. He is in a mood to empathize and feel for Vasudeva, his good friend's distress. And that is how great friendships get nourished. When we empathize with the other person's feelings rather than focus on our own feelings. Aho he Devaki Putra Kamsena Bahavo Hata. Oh, your 6 sons, the Devaki's 6 sons, were all killed by Kamsa. Kamsena Bahavo Hata Eka Vashishta Viraja. And then there was a 7th one, and there was an 8th one who was born. Eka Avashishta, the youngest of all. She was a daughter. Kanya Sapi Divamgata. And we heard she entered the heavenly planets because when Kamsa threw her on the ground, she just came up in the form of Durga Devi and Yoga Maya. And in this way, it was known to everybody that something mystic happened with that daughter. And therefore, Nanda Maharaj indicated very clearly through these words, he has no idea that Kanya was actually born to Yashoda Mai. And in this way, Vasudeva, by hearing those words, felt pacified that the secret is not yet out. The secret with which I kept Krishna is still concealed. And Nanda Maharaj is not aware. Because otherwise he would have said, I heard there was a daughter born to my wife Yashoda, but I can't find her, I am still searching. No, he's saying Kanya Sapi Divam Gata. That Kanya, she went to the other abode. Nonam hi adrishta nishthoyam adrishta paramojana adrishta atmanas tattvam yo veda sa namuhyati. Nanda Maharaj, in reciprocation with Vasudeva's empathizing with him and glorifying him, expressing his appreciation, is now saying Adrishta nishthoyam. Everyone is controlled by destiny. Adrishta paramojana. That destiny is supreme for everybody. Adrishtam atmanas tattvam. And one has a son or a daughter because of unseen destiny. Adrishtam. That destiny is adrishtam. We cannot plan, we cannot dictate, it just comes. Many people plan to have son and daughter, they do not get. Some people plan for a son, they get a daughter. They plan for a daughter, get a son. Even after they get a son or a daughter, due to some disease or some accident or something, they cannot live for long. It is all adrishtam atmanos tattvam yo veda sa namuhyati. And when one realizes that we are not in control of this situation, we just accept the Lord's divine will. then one is beyond bewilderment. So, in this way, one who knows this is never bewildered. What does he know? That destiny is the ultimate controller of everyone. So Nanda Maharaj is expressing the greatest philosophy and saying destiny is the ultimate controller of everyone. At this stage, Vasudevji, he immediately gives a warning to Nanda Maharaj. Karo vai varshiko datto ragye drishta vayam chava nehastheyam bahutitham santi utpatascha gokule. He says, Karo vai, that tax which you had come to pay, varshiko dattam, and you have come to give the annual tax. Ragye drishta, and you have seen Kamsa, given him the tax, and vayam chava, and we have seen me and I have seen you. Na ihastheyam, do not stay here bahutitham, for a longer time. Why? Santi utpatascha gokule, there may be various calamities which may attack Gokul. Be careful. Very important that Vasudevji, as a good friend, is concerned about Krishna's welfare, and all those who are connected with Krishna. If we are always thinking about how to protect Krishna and those connected with Krishna, that is a display of our greatest well-wishing, friendly nature. And therefore, we find that Vasudevji, being a Kshatriya, had his service and nature to protect. And therefore, Nanda Maharaj, as his nature, as a Vaishya and his duty as a Vaishya, knew that he has to collect the cow products and collect the cows, take care of the cows and nourish them. And therefore both had different natures, different propensities, different strengths. But both were serving Krishna as per their particular nature, profession and situation. And therefore Krishna consciousness is ahoituki apratihata yatma suprasidati. The nature of a Kshatriya is different from the nature of a Vaishya. A Kshatriya can smell danger first. A Vaishya can smell dollar first, where the money is, or where the wealth is, where the prosperity is. So here, Vasudeva, being a Kshatriya, was very worried about Krishna's protection, and he was reciprocating with Krishna by giving warnings to Nanda Maharaj that you must go and protect Krishna. Right now the name is not yet given, but your son in Gokul, because there may be various disturbances. Santi utpatascha Gokule. So in this way, this beautiful reciprocation of friendship between Nanda Maharaj and Vasudevji reveals so many amazing lessons for us in our own application, in our own practice of Krishna consciousness. Let us try to apply these principles in our lives and make our Krishna conscious experience sublime and sweet. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
RG Media YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe.